Can I tell you? The other day I was taking a bike ride and I actually re-listened to 10,000 Days. And I said, I want to listen to some Tool. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to listen to Tool. We're going to listen to the first track off and their title track off of their 2019 album, Fear Inoculum. I had never listened to this album. I remember how big of a deal it was when, there was such a gap between releases with Tool. And yeah, so I just figured let's just go ahead and give a listen to some Tool right now. Like I said, I already have known 10,000 Days. I had listened to that when I was in like high school, around probably the time of release date. And I've listened to a few other tracks here and there, but otherwise, my experience with the band remains a little bit underwhelmed. So let's go ahead and listen to this track. Like I said, I'm just choosing this because I want to. Has it been suggested? It very may well have been. I'm just listening to it more out of myself wanting to listen to it. But let me see if anyone's recommended this particular track before we dive in. Let's see. Hold on. And there we go. Let's see. Fudd Hater recommended this a few years ago. Greg Davis, I see you. And also Below Sea Level. So a few of you had suggested this particular album / track. So let's go ahead and dive in, give it a listen, talk about it after. Here we go. It's deep. I like that. Psst. Bring tabla in here. I like the Eastern beginning here. Is Danny Carey playing tabla? There you go. There's the bass. love that guitar tone too.
Bless this community.
in the drum too. I love the percussion aspect to it.
All that I'm to do, calculating steps away from you. My own, my choices growing through division from mania. Exhale, expel, recast my tale. We might allegorical analogy.
Riff has changed. Where are we going? Love when that bass comes through. And that's it. Okay. Fear Inoculum is a really good song, and I really like the percussion elements that are added in there. I don't know, I mean, I would assume that that's Danny Carey handling the percussion that's happening here, but I thought that was such a cool element. And like I said, I haven't listened to a ton from Tool, so I can't say if that's always been there or not. But regardless, it sounded really cool, and I love the subtle way that they brought in the music and how they perform. You know, obviously it leads into those heavier parts, and even though the heavy parts do come in this track, it's not like it goes overly heavy or anything like that. It's just the ending is the heaviest part, and that doesn't last very long. But it was the opening and the way that the instruments begin to layer themselves in the music that really got my attention, and the whole ambience of everything. So from the very beginning, I like the way that the guitarist Adam Jones comes in. I like the riff that he plays because it's crunchy, but the sustaining way that he plays with it in the beginning, it builds a nice, cool kind of atmosphere. And then the way that it bends with the music is really nice, and bends with that percussion is really cool. It starts off kind of very Eastern, right, with some of those notes, and you hear the bent notes here as he plays the guitar there. This is a very cool way to open up the album. And then, of course, eventually have Justin on the bass. Now, let me say this before we go any further. There's nothing in this song that we haven't heard already from Tool. There's nothing new, I would say, in here. Right? Even from my first listen to this song, I've heard 10,000 Days. I've heard other tracks. This isn't anything new, but they have a certain style, and they pull it off, I would say, quite well. This also being part of that case. But I love how they groove in this particular jam here. And can I tell you, when they build into the verse, it's wonderful. Maynard sounds great. I like when, I don't remember, it's like the second verse or so, when he kind of speaks as a different persona, and I like how, you know, his voice sounds just a little bit different there, kind of changing the atmosphere a little bit. Like, it tells a certain story, and we'll have to kind of figure out what that story might be, but I like how the atmosphere is constantly changing right here as he speaks in this manner. And then the guitar changes with it. And those rolls from Carey are long and brilliant. Now, can I say, the chorus I thought was like, okay. I didn't like how the chorus transitioned off of the verse, because I love the way that it builds in here. This is just such a fantastic ambience that I feel like it's kind of dropped when it moves into the chorus. Right here. Gotta wait for it to repeat a little bit. Like, this is just such a cool ambience, but then here it comes soon. I should have waited a little bit, huh? Here. Now, I didn't say it's a bad transition. It transitions well. I just really like the way that it was playing in the verse. And I feel like when he shouted there and the crashes kind of changed with him, I guess you just changed it out of it, and I preferred what was happening before. Even though it's not like the mood is totally disrupted. It's a very personal me thing, you know? But when we get a little solo near the end as well, this changes to the much heavier sound. Just trying to get the solo. There you go. It's not a long one, but it's a nice one. I'll say the percussion is the biggest standout on this track. I think that's the biggest thing. And the journey that takes place in the verse. That's my favorite part. Immunity, long overdue. Contagion, I exhale you. Naive, I opened up to you. Venom and mania, now contagion, I exhale you. He opened up to this contagion. He was betrayed. He was tricked. Now he didn't realize that's what was going to happen. And so now he says, I exhale you. I expel you. I get rid of you. I deny you. Get out of me. The deceiver says, he says, you belong to me. You don't want to breathe the light of the others. Fear the light. Fear the breath. Fear the others for eternity. But I hear them now. Inhale the clarity. Hear the venom in what you say inoculated. Bless this immunity. So obviously the deceiver is whoever, you know, gave him this contagion and is trying to trick him. But he says, no, I hear you and I see you and I smell you. I inhale you. I understand what you are. And deceive me no more. I inhale clarity instead of contagion. Exhale, expel, recast my tale. Almost speaks of almost like an exorcism kind of, right? The deceiver, the devil, and, you know, I inhaled contagion, but now I'm exhaling you and inhale clarity. Recast my tale, weave my allegorical elegy. So what is the allegory representing? Enumerate all that I'm to do, calculating steps away from you. My own mitosis, growing through division from mania. So through his weakness, he's growing stronger. Forfeit all control, you poison, you spectacle. Exercise the spectacle, exercise the malady, exercise the desperate. Poison for eternity, purge me and evacuate the venom and the fear that binds me. Your veil now lift away. I see you running, deceiver, chased away, a long time coming. That mania is gone. And the album title, of course, the song title, Fear Inoculum, inoculated against fear is how I would imagine it. And this seems to be what happened here right in the lyrics, right? He's inoculated himself from fear. And perhaps fear is the deceiver in this particular track. Let's look at let's see if we can find some information on this particular song here. Let's see, as I kind of glance through here, the title track, recording, composition and themes. The album consists of 7 main tracks. The concept of 7 as a recurring theme, that's nice. Chancellor and Jones wrote guitar riffs and unusual time signatures related to the number 7, while Keenan introduced ideas related to 7 as well. The album explores the concept of growing older and wiser. He explained that the album covers the idea of embracing where we are now, acknowledging where we've come from, and some of the things we've gone through. He also advised patience and multiple listens were required in understanding the album. So nothing necessarily about this particular track. Oh, actually, didn't even see this. Didn't even see that there was a direct link. Okay, it was released as the title track and the lead single from the album, actually. First new Tool song released since 10,000 Days. Let's see. Upon its debut, it broke Guinness World Records as the longest song ever to chart on the Hot 100, overtaking David Bowie's Black Star. Until Andre 3000 recorded, again with I Swear I Really Wanted to Make an rap album, but okay. Which is a really, really cool album from Andre 3000. Completely different, obviously, and reason why it made a splash. Let's see. Chart Performance debuted at number 93, the band's first entry since Schism in 2001. And when it comes to chart information, we have 7 in Belgium, 25 in Canada Rock, 40 in New Zealand, 3 on their hot singles over there, 76 in Scotland, UK singles at 62, and US Rock and Alternative Airplay at 11 as well. Let me know what you guys thought of the track, of course, in the comments down below. I hope that you enjoyed your time with it. As always, I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you spending that time with me here. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.